There you go. Thanks, man.
Much appreciated, man.
See you next week.
Yes, sir. Well, looky what we have here. Empty the pockets out. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, you're awesome, all right? Yeah. Aren't you, you're a trainee, huh? I am. Okay, you know what that means. You know what I'm about, don't you? Don't you? Yeah, you know what I'm about. You better empty those.
I know what you're about.
Blaine Meeks.
Yeah.
What's up?
You know what the problem here is? You know what the problem with me really is? There's nothing here wrong with you because you're just being you. The problem with me is that we allow people like you to exist.
You're crazy, man. I'm out.
Hey, what's up, John Joe? You feeling all right? Sorry,
Yeah, I'm
sorry
fine.
about that. Messed up your shirt a little bit. Well, have a nice day.
You too.
Hold on to this for me.
We run the ring, we run the yard, we run it all. Kansas, what you screaming out? KC, we run the ring, we run the yard, we run it all. Kansas, what you screaming out? What you screaming out? What you talking about? What you screaming about? Fight KC, everybody say, fight KC, come on, come on. Fight KC, what you screaming out? Fight KC, what you talking about? Fight KC, come on, come on. Fight KC. Fight KC, what you talking about? Fight KC.
I've got to say, that is the scariest I have ever seen Blaine Meeks. I have never seen him with that look in his eye.
Absolutely. Blaine Meeks is a guy that's been known through the NWL as being happy-go-lucky, fun-loving, whatever you want to call it. And that was definitely a scary moment. Even someone like Leo Howlett seemed a little off-put by the actions of Blaine Meeks there, and that's definitely saying something. I'm Ben Miller.
And I'm Marty Bell.
And we've got a great hour of pro wrestling action lined up for all you fans at home, starting off with our first matchup, which is Niles Planquet, the wine connoisseur, taking on the stiff Robo Ginger, Gary J.
In tag team action, the besties in the world, Matt Fitchett and Davey Vega take on Jet of Royal Blood and Fuego del Sol.
And that's right, and in our gigantic main event tonight, it's a six-man tag team matchup with the foundation of Michael Strider, Jeremy Wyatt, and Ace Steel taking on Jack Foster, Anthony Sharkbait Gutierrez, and Gil Rogers.
Starting off the show with Gary J, the stiff Robo Ginger, taking on the connoisseur Niles Planck. That's going to be an amazing, amazing, hard-hitting match.
Absolutely. Niles Planck seems to be on a roll since gaining the services of one Lakota Warrior Red Cloud. Let's see if he plays a factor into this matchup against the stiff Robo Ginger. Let's go down to ringside.
First time we've been here in Kansas. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I will probably be peppering you with some Kansas facts. How about that, Miller?
I don't need any facts, but one fact that I do know is that our opening contest this evening is Niles Planquet, accompanied by, of course, the Lakota Warrior Red Cloud, is going to be taking on Gary J.
You know something, I don't get this Red Cloud. Niles Planquet could have made a stipulation that Red Cloud would be out of a job, yet he's giving him a good job. Lots of folks out there need good jobs. I think Red Cloud should be a lot more appreciative of the connoisseur, Niles Planquet. This guy amazes me with how gracious he is to idiots like Belvedere and Red Cloud.
Guthrie makes the same mistake that we all made. Spelling it, or saying it Planck instead of the way he would prefer. Oh, look,
I love
look
that.
At that.
That's why that is a literal interpretation of how you should treat other people. Walk all over them.
Oh my gosh, you're already starting off. You're incorrigible, you know that?
Well, you know, I had a week off and I got to practice some of my zingers, Miller.
Lord have mercy on all of us. Look at that. You can tell that the Lakota Warrior Red Cloud does not enjoy being the servant, if you will, or the butler of one Niles Planquet. But he's definitely going to have his work cut out for him tonight in the way of Gary J, the stiff Robo Ginger is coming out. He's going to try to lay hands on Niles Planquet.
What does that even mean, Stiff Robo Ginger? You just pick 4 or 5 words out of the dictionary and you throw them together and that's your name? I don't get this guy at all.
Well, Gary Jay is definitely one of those athletes that prides himself on, he may not be the biggest man in that ring, but one thing's for sure, he prides himself on being the hardest striker in the NWL, and he's out to prove it, not only here in Overland Park, Kansas, but also anywhere the NWL goes, and especially in his hometown of St. Louis.
Well, certainly this guy seems to have a new lease on life, had a little bit of an issue with the substance abuse or those types of things. This guy, though, man, he really has been on a roll lately. I'll give him that. Hey, by the way, I heard that Ryan McGillicuddy actually had to receive workman's comp from being around you last week. Is that true? I believe it.
I can't confirm nor deny that, but one thing's for sure, we are underway here in our debut in Overland Park, Kansas. I like how I completely ignored your question. And Gary Jay now going after Niles Planquet. He's going to look to start off really quickly and really fast against Niles Planquet to throw him off his game and try to land some of those hard right hands.
Well, you know, that's the thing I don't like about Mr. Gary Jay. The marquee says wrestling, Miller. It doesn't say striking. It doesn't say punching or kicking, right? Niles Planquet, a sophisticated wrestler.
By Gary Jay.
If he can get to his feet and make a cover, he might have him right there. We've seen him put many a competitor away with that.
We've seen him doing it for the top rope, that double stomp to the back of the head, standing that way. Gary Jay is very unorthodox inside the ring, and he will try to catch you from any angle he can with one of those kick strikes or that deadly double stomp.
Really is a big contrast in styles here, the unorthodox style of Gary Jay, and the somewhat straightforward, straight-ahead classic style of Niles Planquet. Very interesting matchup here so far.
Oh! Heard the hard strike, that chop right across the chest of the Connoisseur. Now he's looking to fire back, and he gets tripped up. Nice, quick flatliner there. Could be going for a cover, too.
Would that be called a basement flatliner, Miller?
I save the basement calls for very special occasions. Now look at him, he's shoving. Now there he's going for that tope, that suicide dive, crashing into Niles Planquet, sending him into that security railing on the outside. There's a lot of people here in the Abdallah Shrine Temple in Overland Park. I mean, the word of the NWL is really starting to spread here in Missouri and Kansas and all throughout the Midwest.
Adding more and more towns, more television markets every single day, Miller. It's a great time to be a part of the NWL. Although it's not a great time for Gary Jay to be a part of the NWL after taking that hard fall in the top turnbuckle.
Now it looks like Niles Planquet wants him to throw, I think he's trying to throw the wine opener to him. And a little overshot there by Lakota. Gary Jay with a roll-up, 2, 3, and that's it. Gary Jay has snuck one past the wine connoisseur, Niles Planquet.
What a miscarriage of justice right there for Niles Planquet. Boy, it makes me wish for Belvedere. That's how bad Lakota Right Cloud is at being the steward for Niles Planquet. Terrible job.
I just think that was a slight overshot.
Look at the look on his face there.
Niles Planquet is not happy about not only losing this match against Gary Jay, but almost being made a fool of by the Lakota Warrior Red Cloud with that slight oversight, that slight shot. Oh, I mean, he just missed it. Come on, he was honest.
Listen, Niles has been on a roll as of late. To lose a match like this is really going to cost him in the power rankings, which, by the way, you can check out on our website.
Newly revamped NWLeague.com. Now it looks like Niles Planquet has something to say.
Have tried.
Looks like there might be a little mic trouble there.
And I have tried. Just keep it up.
Now he's grabbing a
I
mic
have
that
tried
oh, there we go.
and tried to get it through your stupid, sick soul. See, I can't even talk right.
think he meant to say skull.
You are the unclassiest, most uncivil person I have ever had the displeasure to try to teach. And you know what? You're stupid.
Oh, he just, oh no.
I'm getting really tired and really impatient with you, Red Cloud.
Oh, there he goes. The
you
Lakota
can't
Warrior's
do that.
gonna shut him up.
You put me down,
You can't do that.
You put me down, or I'll put you down via our stipulation. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Set me down.
He was
Set
gonna
me
power
down.
slam. Oh no.
You don't have the balls to do anything
Wow.
to me. Now get out of my ring. Go.
I'm standing here with Michael Strider and Jeremy Wyatt, the Foundation. Michael Strider, the Foundation may be at its strongest point right now.
Why is that? Why do you think we are at our strongest point right now? Why? Is it because we're the two best wrestlers in Kansas City, in Joplin, and wherever we've been? Or is it because we've added a man that needs no introduction, even though you won't give him a proper one? What do you do when you're forming an elite group? You bring in Ace Steel. The pedigree speaks for itself. Jack Foster, you got a lesson in what it means to be in a real fight. Get out of here. You got a lesson in what it means when you're not fighting little boys, but you're fighting veterans, men who get up at 5 a.m., hit the gym, do a full day's work, drink a couple cold beers, even though you little pansy boys don't drink cold beer no more. We do, and we get up and we do it again. Gil Rogers, you dumb idiot. He thought he was in our league. Ace Steel, you thought you were on Ace Steel's level? And Sharkbait Gutierrez, we're just breaking a good sweat. We are going to wear your millennial ass out.
You know, a few months ago, I said, we still got to ace up our sleeve. Obviously, I am a man of my word.
Play stupid games and get stupid prizes. You're all stupid. Every damn person in the NWL. You think the Foundation didn't have this set up? You didn't think from the inception of the National Wrestling League this wasn't in the works? These boys talked to me at the end of Metro Pro and they said, we got something for you, Ace, but it doesn't have to happen right now. I said, okay. So what they did is they came to me and they got the Chicago born and bred, world traveling trainer of champions, trainer of the best in the world. Brother, I am the best in the world. You see, the difference between everybody else is everybody wants to be like us, but they're just like everybody else. The Foundation is way better than anyone in the NWL.
All right, welcome back to the NWL, and we've got a tag team match that's guaranteed to thrill everybody sitting at home watching this as Jet Royal and Fuego del Sol take on the besties in the world.
Jet Royal, the king of spring style. This guy is amazing.
Already in the ring, as you see, is the besties in the world. That's Davey Vega and Matt Fitchin, and Jet Royal's partner, Fuego del Sol, making his entrance during the commercial break. This is going to be a high-flying matchup, Christopher. I cannot wait for this.
Well, the fans here getting on the besties in the world, calling them the worsties. Boy, that's clever, isn't it, Miller?
I don't think it's so bad.
displeasure there from Matt Fitchett and Davey Vega.
Well, one thing's for sure, whether the fans love him or hate him, you have to recognize the Besties in the world has one of the best tag teams in the world, not only here in the NWL, but all across the country. They're a well-traveled tag team, as we've documented many times on this program.
Absolutely. These guys definitely are more like brothers than they are like partners. These guys seem to know exactly what is going on with each other at all times. That's what makes a great tag team.
Now hammering Fuego del Sol off the apron, and it looks like Davey Vega and Matt Fitch are going to take advantage of a double team offense here against Jet Royal.
You know, there used to be a healthy sort of mutual respect between the Besties and the Royal Blood. Those days are long, long gone. This is on very
springboard drop kick takes out both of the Besties, but you're absolutely right, Christopher. At one time, there was a mutual respect that now seems like it's been replaced by almost a hatred or a malice, since pretty much the Besties saved the Howlett's jobs. Double flying moves over the top rope. One tope, prone hilo, and one moonsault. Amazing athletic ability by Fuego del Sol and Jet Royal.
Dance in the ring, you're going to open yourself up to being mocked, and that's exactly what Matt Fitchett did. You know, I got to say one thing, when these guys had changed their names, I'm glad that I don't have to call them Maddie and Davey anymore.
I'm so glad you don't have to be disgusted by calling them Maddie and Davey anymore. That way I don't have to hear about it anymore. Your disdain for names with Y's in it.
Davey Vega is so good that I don't even mind calling him Davey. He's a grown man.
Look at those hard kicks to the quads by Fuego del Sol, showing his educated feet. Nice backflip there, and a beautiful enziguri catches Vega right behind the ear. And Vega collapses to the canvas here. Fuego del Sol needs to make that tag to Jet Royal. Davey Vega crawling back towards his corner. Wants to make a tag.
He's got
There's the tag to Jet Royal. Jet Royal in the ring. Oh man, look at the. But I don't think referee Nick Chin saw the tag. He didn't see the tag, and now he's pushing Jet Royal out of the ring. Smart tag team wrestling by the Besties to distract referee Nick Chin not being able to see that important tag by Fuego del Sol.
This is not good for Fuego del Sol. That guy desperately needed to make the tag right then. This added punishment is not doing him any favors. Things just like that make the difference between an average tag team, a good tag team, and a great tag team. Absolutely perfect job there, confusing the referee and confusing Jet Royal as well. And they're back on top. Only a matter of time before the Besties come out on top of this one, I think.
Taking full advantage of every turn and every opportunity they can get, which in a way is smart tag team wrestling, but taking all those cheap shots and all that kind of stuff is something that the Besties don't need to do. And it's something that we've seen a change in them for the last few months, ever since, I don't know, ever since they aligned themselves with this anarchy thing or whatever you want to call it. They've definitely had an attitude change. Now there's a tag into Davey Vega and a vicious stomp to the back of the head, making sure Fuego del Sol cannot make that tag.
Again, smart tag team wrestling right there. Close enough to your corner that if something does happen, you're close enough to just reach out and tag the fresh man in.
Hard kicks to the chest. Oh, look at that vicious stomp into the corner by Davey Vega. Like you said, look at that smile. He loves hurting people. Davey Vega loves inflicting punishment on his opponents, and there's Matt Fitchett taking advantage, choking Fuego del Sol once again over that bottom rope using his leg.
You don't get very far in life, Miller, if you don't decide to look out for number one, and that's exactly what the Besties are doing.
I think I've gotten pretty far in life by being by the rules, doing the right things most of the time.
You really think that?
You're right. I hold this broadcast up for the both of us.
You're here because you probably, somebody owes your uncle a favor or something like that. Don't kid yourself.
You leave my uncle out of this. Fuego del Sol trying to make a tag here. Davey Vega going for a belly-to-back suplex. Fuego del Sol, the beautiful neck breaker reversal. And Davey Vega doesn't know what hit him. That neck breaker literally came out of nowhere, and now Jet Royal is itching to make that tag to Fuego del Sol.
Did you see the height that Fuego del Sol got on that neck breaker? Had all of his body weight, such as it is, crashing down with the force right on the neck of David Vega. So he got it this
now
time.
he got the tag team. Referee Nick Chin saw that one. Look at that elevation on that forearm, that springboard forearm, and a beautiful pair of back elbows for Matt Fitchett, the Dirty Rook. And now the Dirty Rook is getting taken to school up by Jet Royal. Nice backflip out of that. Oh, Ace Crusher. Ace Crusher out of nowhere
right here
for a cover two.
Jet Royal so explosive, so strong, so fast. You never know what direction this guy's coming from.
Going for that moonsault once again, and now, excuse me, Matt Fitchett going for that Pele kick and got caught out of midair with a Jet Royal super kick. What timing by one half of this great tag team.
Look at that, Davey Vega still out on the outside of the ring from that neck breaker.
Shoulder block to the midsection by Jet Royal. Jet Royal coming back into the ring in style, hitting the ropes. Oh, and there's the jet lag DDT.
I don't even know what to call that. That's unbelievable.
1, 2. That flipping DDT that he told me he calls that the jet lag. We've seen that a few other times in his matches. That was while you were off, by the way. Gets met in the corner there. Now Fuego del Sol crumbles to the canvas. Jet Royal still on fire here. And nice double team offense there by the besties in the world. Going for a cover. Leg is hooked. Only gets a 2 count. Fuego del Sol in to break up that pinning attempt.
This match taking its toll on all four men. All four men back in the ring now. Referee Nick Chin slowly starting to lose control of this one.
Yeah, referee Nick Chin may not know who the legal man is at this point.
I'm not sure I know who. I think it's Matt Fitchett and Jet Royal, but I could be wrong.
It looks like Nick Chin is letting them fight it out, knowing that he needs to see, and we need to see a resolve to this tag team competition. Now the besties hug in the middle of the ring. And look at this, stereo moonsaults, and they get caught. And now stereo tornado DDTs connect on the besties. Double cover here, 1, 2, no! Both of the besties in the world kick out at 2.
Unbelievable matchup, high flying excitement. You're only going to see that right here in the NWL, Miller.
That's right. What could be seen here? 2 top rope moves, going for double frog splashes, and both of the besties get their knees up. And now Fuego del Sol and Jet Royal are paying for it. What are they doing here? Double T move in the corner. Wow, what a running pair of boots there. Right to the head of Jet Royal. 1, 2, no! Almost get a 3 count. Jet Royal gets up right before the count of 3. Oh, double super kicks. Almost cave in the head of Jet Royal. 1, 2, no! Wow, that was so close. Almost a 3 count after those 2 boots to each side of the head of Jet Royal.
If you ask me, Jet Royal is fighting on instinct right now. He can't possibly be awake after taking a beating like that.
Thought they were going for that brain damage, and no, it looked like the Dirty Rook accidentally speared his partner, Davey Vega. Jet Royal still trying to fight his way out of this. Going for the Canadian Destroyer, no.
Nope, didn't get him.
Matt Fitchett puts the brakes on, covers him up. Oh, gets a 2 count. Action so hot and heavy in this matchup. Look out for Fuego del Sol. Springboard double knees into the midsection of Matt Fitchett. And now an assisted sliced bread number 2.
Like we said before, these men know each other very, very well. They're pulling out all the stops, trying to surprise each other. It hasn't worked so far.
Jet Royal looked like he might have been going up to the top rope for that shooting star press. And Matt Fitchett meets him up halfway. What are they planning here? Could Jet Royal be going for that reverse Rana? And no, Matt Fitchett flips out of Izuku. Knee strike.
He's got him. He's not getting up from that. There's no way.
2, 3, and that is it. That vicious Izuku knee strike almost cleaved the head off of Jet Royal, and the besties in the world pick up a huge hard-fought victory here tonight.
Jet Royal might be having to go to the dentist later on. Man, he got it every single ounce of that knee right there. Just absolutely hammered it right to make Jet Royal slow down. A hard-fought victory for the besties in the world. All 4 men down on the ground. They're all
Once again, the besties in the world pick up a victory, and one has to wonder, how is this going to affect the power rankings that Major Basin comes out with? Major Basin and staff come out with every Monday on our newly designed website, NWE.com. Go check out those power rankings. But one's got to wonder, the besties in the world may be number 1.
I would think they would have to be after a victory like that. Very, very impressive. All 4 men still in the ring right now.
Fair and square.
Maybe they're not done putting the boots to him like the besties know how to do. Look at that, a sign of sportsmanship here from Jet Royal and Fuego del Sol, extending the hand, extending the olive branch, if you will, to the besties in the world. I thought they were gonna, would you look at that?
Well, maybe that respect is back after a match like this.
What a tag team match we just saw between Jet Royal, Fuego del Sol, and the besties in the world. And one thing that's on my mind, are the besties starting to turn over a new leaf? Well, maybe we'll get some answers soon enough, but one thing's for sure, Marty Bell's got all the latest information in our NWO Control Center. Marty Bell, hit us with the update.
Thank you, Ben. This is Marty with this week's NWL update. Devlin took on the debuting Gregory James in what was a very fast-paced match. I, for one, have been looking forward to Gregory James's debut, and I was not disappointed. Unfortunately, due to the buddy system coming into Devlin, we saw him pick up a victory over Gregory James because of the interference of Buddy. Let's take it to Devlin and see what he had to say about the match. Devlin, can I have a few words, please? Would you like to...
Were you going to tell me to stand up? I'm not standing up. Winners don't stand up. Here, go ahead. Have a seat. It's just your loss. Jeez. Oh, man, I am comfy. Are you comfy? Are you comfy watching at home? On the internet? On the television? This is Devlin speaking. The undefeated maniac of the Midwest. You see, I'm just chilling here, soaking up my win. That's right, the big W. After joining the buddy system and letting Buddy come inside me, everything has been glorious. And you see, the next time that Devlin graces you with his presence, it'll be in the ring against Gil Rogers and the lockdown Ray Briggs. Well, I beat Ray Briggs already. I mean, I'm practically undefeated. You see, once we finish off those two, I'm going to the top, Daddy-O. I keep telling you, to the moon, out of the solar system, into the Milky Way, Devlin will go. There is no glass ceiling that I can't break. Now get out of here.
Well, it seems the buddy system coming into Devlin was the right move for him, as things are really looking up. Now let's talk about Major Basin's PowerPoint this week. There were so many exciting things, like the fact that we are taking over new stations throughout the Midwest. Make sure you keep an eye out for that. Unfortunately, before Major could finish his PowerPoint, he was interrupted by the Foundation. Those guys, they seem to be in every single person's business. But Sharkbait, Gil Rogers, and Jack Foster hopefully will be teaching them a lesson. Make sure you stick around after this commercial break to see our fantastic main event of the evening.
Well, here we go. I wasn't really expecting to call the main event, but the main event looks like it's happening right now during a Major Basin PowerPoint, and it looks like the Foundation have to deal with Jack Foster, Gil Rogers, and Anthony Sharkbait Gutierrez right here, right now.
I was in the line trying to get a hot dog, Miller, and I had come back here to the main event. I haven't had dinner yet. It's unbelievable. Jack Foster, look at that guy. That guy is a monster.
Well, look, it sounds like Major Basin had enough. the antics, if you will, of the foundation and them doing their typical foundation thing. But we've got our main event here, and there is one of the fastest rising superstars here in the NWL. He's been teaming with Jack Foster a lot lately, and that's Anthony Sharkbait Gutierrez.
Certainly on a meteoric rise, and a man who maybe is on a meteoric fall. Gil Rogers.
Come on. Oh, here we go, and we are underway for this six-man tag team affair right here in the Abdallah Shrine Temple in Overland Park. And look at Gil Rogers biting the forehead of Ace Steel, and each man teeing off on the legendary Ace Steel, and now Sharkbait kicks him right in the face. Look at this, Anthony Sharkbait Gutierrez and all three of them have cleared the foundation from the ring, and we've got a heck of a main event starting off here tonight.
What an unlikely combo it is. A Jack Foster, Sharkbait, and Gil Rogers. Are they going to be able to coexist? We know that the foundation is all on the same page. What about those three jokers? I don't know. I'm not convinced yet.
Ace Steel is incensed and once back in the ring into the waiting arms of Gil Rogers. I have never seen this kind of intensity from Gil Rogers before. Speaking of intensity, the man that's in the ring right now breathes and sleeps intensity, Ace Steel.
Is that gluten-free intensity? I'm not sure, Miller. Well, if you remember last time we were at the Scottish Rite Temple, Gil Rogers getting a little bit of a fast one pulled over on by the foundation, a little misdirection. Never really could get out of the starting blocks in his match with Ace Steel, so I think he views this as a little bit of a payback.
There's the gigantic Jack Foster. Look at him towering over Ace Steel. This man is something to behold when you see him live and in person. He's a gigantic man. And here comes Shark. Oh, spinning back kick. I could feel that in Ace Steel's ribs right there. That's how hard he hit him, man. I mean, this kid is just one of the fastest, most vicious strikers I've seen in pro wrestling.
Is very, very physically impressive, but you get him in there with some guys like Michael Strider with the black belt in professional wrestling, and Sharkbait looks confused, like a deer in the headlights. He doesn't know what direction these guys are coming at him from.
A hard forearm strike right in the middle of the shoulder blades by Ace Steel. Have you ever looked in Ace Steel's eyes? I mean, Steel is a perfect word for this man. I mean, he will stare right through you. I mean, he's got killer eyes.
Absolutely. This guy is one of the least friendly people you're ever going to want to be around, if you want to be around him at all.
Oh, gosh, hard shot to the midsection. Those shots are echoing off of every corner here. Look at that, right to the ear with those forearms. Oh, just vicious strikes. Ace Steel just trying to fight his way out of it here. Nice hooking clothesline by the man from Chicago, tagging in Michael Strider here.
These guys definitely have their issues, Michael Strider and Sharkbait. Michael Strider took offense to Sharkbait and all the hype that was coming out around this young man. Some would say it was jealousy. I just think that Sharkbait maybe showed a lack of respect.
Oh, he had him rolled up and now goes into that triangle choke, and Jeremy Wyatt in to break that up. Tag into Jeremy Wyatt. Wyatt in, bouncing off the ropes. Muda-like quickness on these elbow drops. Make that 2 in a row. And now a jumping one for the third time. 1-2.
Here's something that I think is very, very impressive and maybe a little overlooked about the guys in the foundation, right? All three of these guys, vets. All three of these guys could be a leader of a faction, right? But there is no ego problem with any of these guys. They all seem to be on the same page, commonly unified. There is no I'm in charge, you're my second, you're my third. There's none of that with the foundation, and that just makes them that much more deadly and dangerous.
The crowd firmly behind the team of Sharkbait, Rogers, and Foster. And Rogers and Foster are trying to really rally behind Sharkbait and help him try to get that little extra something to make the tag, because he desperately needs it, especially in there with a ring general, like you were saying, the pedigree of Jeremy Wyatt. Oh, pump thrust kick gets Michael Strider right in the shoulder. Ace Steel wants no part of that dead in the water spin kick.
Well, I wouldn't either. We've seen him put out so many folks with that particular move.
You see Ace Steel trying to grab at the feet. Oh, vicious clothesline with authority. Jeremy Wyatt teaching that young kid something right there with that vicious short arm clothesline.
Every time you see Jeremy Wyatt, he's going to come up with something new. This guy is so fast on his feet, not only physically, but mentally as well. He always thinks of a way to end up back on top.
What is he doing? Oh, did you hear that? He just snapped the toes. Oh my goodness, what a sickening sound that was. The toes of Shark. Oh, don't do it again.
I'll tell you one of
oh God, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. That's uncomfortable. That made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm nauseous. I am nauseous right now. The toes of Anthony Sharkbait just being snapped.
Look, you don't want to wear shoes to the ring. You're going to pay that price. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done that yet. It's taken this long to do that. Oh, look at this. Classic stump puller right there. One of the best submission maneuvers in the game.
Wow, look at that. Almost pulling his knee. He is pulling his knee to his face. And if Anthony Sharkbait wasn't that flexible, he sure as heck is now. Trying to make that, what a painful submission by Ace Steel.
He doesn't quite have it on 100%, doesn't have his body behind him, so he's letting Sharkbait move a little bit, but I think he's just doing that to prove a point. I could tear your hamstring right now if I want to.
Big Bully Busick, a name that doesn't get thrown around that much, used to use that stump puller to great effectiveness in the WWF.
The Big Bully Nick Busick, one of the strongest men to ever be in the world of professional wrestling. I'm a big fan, and I'm a big fan of his mustache as well.
Hard shots, you can hear, look at that.
But Michael Strider may not be the prettiest fighter, but he comes from that school of give one and take two. Or take two to give one.
Oh, spinning back kick. Nicely executed by the veteran Michael Strider. And as you were saying, you have 3 veterans on this team who know exactly what they're doing inside that ring. And now Ace Steel is going to get him some of the pie too. Charging into Sharkbait and drop kicks his face off right in the corner.
This is exactly what the Foundation wanted to do. They wanted to isolate Sharkbait, get him in there where they can confuse him, they can triple team him if they need to. It's a couple of cheap shots. It's working to perfection right now. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to get that big monster Jack Foster in the ring. That guy is enough to take on all 3 men and maybe everybody in the locker room as well. When that guy gets his ire torn up, man, watch out.
Jack Foster is one of the most fierce competitors here in the NWL, but one of the most feared competitors, I also should say. And now Sharkbait trying to fight his way out of the hold of Ace Steel, and Ace Steel goes low with that shot to the midsection, that knee to the midsection on Anthony Sharkbait.
We don't talk enough about the pedigree of a guy like Jack Foster. Sure, he's big, he's mean, he's
oh, look at those
looking,
crossfaces.
but this is a guy who moves better than any big man. He has a better wrestling pedigree than most big men ever will. This is a guy who knows if Jack Foster was only 5'10", he'd still be dangerous because he's that talented.
We're rolled tonight.
Well, I had a couple of days off. I didn't have to be around you. Certainly, it helps a lot.
You should take more days off.
If I could, I would, Miller.
Hitting him right in the face with that hard right hand is Michael Strider. Michael Strider, another one of those ring generals, like you said, takes one, gives 2 of them, and equally as hard. And here's an example of that with those hard knife-edge chops to the chest of Sharkbait.
Another thing that's very impressive about the members of the Foundation, these are guys that some would maybe argue are on the downside of their career, but all 3 of them in better shape than you have seen them in a long, long time. They all know exactly what their strengths and their weaknesses are, something that only comes with experience, only comes with age. Michael Strider is bigger and stronger and in better shape than I've seen him in a decade.
Cross body block nicely executed by Sharkbait. Step up enziguri takes Michael Strider off his feet. Anthony Sharkbait just desperately needs to make a tag to one of his partners, either Gil Rogers or the monster Jack Foster. And at this point, who's going to make it to their corner first to make that all-important tag?
Michael Strider is right there. He just needs to figure out what direction to turn to make the tag, and he does.
He does to Jeremy Wyatt, and Jack Foster gets tagged in by Sharkbait. And look at the strength on Foster.
The game has changed with Big Jack Foster in there now.
Jack Foster, Irish whipping. Oh, look at that. Just elevates him into the lights. That's a long way down from Jack Foster. And he is taking out all 3 members of the foundation right here, right now.
Look at this guy. Nothing fancy. Just stack them all up and beat them down.
There he does. He has them all stacked up right there.
There's another.
Man, just firing clothesline after
whatever's in
clothesline.
his way, he's hitting.
Double clothesline, takes a steal, and Michael Strider off their feet. Here comes Jeremy Wyatt, gets caught, flips out of that sidewalk slam attempt, and now look at this.
He's got them both.
He could have him up for a double choke slam.
They're fighting out of it. Wyatt's out. Ace is not.
Ace unfortunately gets dumped, and I think that right hand of Jack Foster didn't affect that spear. Almost speared Jeremy Wyatt.
I think he's got him right here.
Could have cleaved him in half there too. And Michael Strider makes the save.
Referee Nick Chin needs to get a little bit of order in this contest. I know it's hard to do with a guy like Jack Foster in there.
Banging the drum now with the head of Michael Strider over and over again. Definitely an old school maneuver, but very, very effective.
No wasted motion with a guy like Jack Foster who comes straight at you over and over again and just pounds you down. Oh, it looks
like Gil Rogers is.
He wants it.
He really wants in the ring against Jeremy Wyatt.
He goes up. This could be it.
A double tag team maneuver here. Sidewalk slam, forearm drop combination. Right 1, 2, and no. Oh, come on. Ace Steel pulls referee Nick Chin and gets a big boot from Jack Foster. That could have been a 3 count on Jeremy Wyatt after that double T move, and Michael Strider just clotheslines Foster and gets sent hard into that security railing.
Sharkbait back up now.
What is he doing? Keep your eye on Sharkbait here.
He's up and over.
Tope caught.
Oh, they caught him.
Oh, they caught him.
This is not good.
They caught a power bomb on the apron. Small of the back, right on the apron. Beautiful knee lift. Action back in the ring. Gil Rogers almost takes the head. What is he going? Could he be going for the Rogers stretch? Will we finally see Gil Rogers in that Rogers stretch
submission? He might have him here.
Ace Steel hitting the ropes and a missile drop kick.
Shotgun drop kick right to the chest of Gil Rogers.
Oh no, Gil Rogers.
This is
falling into the waiting arms of the foundation. Power bomb, triple team combination. 1, 2, 3, and the foundation has beat the team of Rogers, Foster, and Gutierrez.
Foundation looking stronger than ever. These guys are all on the same page. Oh my goodness, who's going to stop these guys? Major Baser, you are in some trouble. You've had some issues with wrestlers in the past, but you've never had an issue with guys like this. These guys are smart, they're crafty, and they're all very, very tough. You're not going to pull one over on these guys. This is the dawning new era, if you ask me. The Foundation is here to stay.
It's hard to argue with the win-loss record of the Foundation. These guys have been on a roll since forming this trifecta, and adding Ace Steel into the mix has seemingly made a difference for the team of Wyatt and Strider, and now Ace Steel. The Foundation reigns supreme here in our main event. What a match on NWL television.
Unbelievable, great to be here in Kansas. Ben Miller, I hope you're back here an awful lot more. I love Overland Park. You know, John Brown, he also loved Kansas. He loved it so much that he murdered a bunch of people.
And on that note, another Kansas City fact number 2. We gotta go. We'll see you next time here on the NWL.